Where do I begin? My re-experience of Five Nights at Freddy's. Yeah, I know that says night 2 because I was planning on coming back with this game, but a part of me is like, Anyways. So, we're going to be talking about Five Nights at Freddy's and what was like my re-experience after so many years going back in is like. I know I have my experience video on all of the FNAF games, like, into one, but this is like kind of like me going over my 2025 like re-experience with Five Nights at Freddy's, like the first game anyway. I'm not sure if I'm not gonna ever redo the second game. That second game is ridiculous. I mean, I would argue FNAF 1 is ridiculous too, but we'll talk about it we'll talk about it now. Hold on. I'm about to be so tired. But anyways, hey, I'm back. So, I wanted to talk about this game for a while, and I want to talk about like how FNAF, has been in my life for a long time, and then it also kind of ghosted me for a very long time. Like, I kind of just left the series for a very long time. So, I'm going to sum it up. The Nightmare game. The Nightmare game. And all the FNAF games are a little ridiculous once you get down to it, but, how do I start this video off? Okay. So, one day I was on YouTube sitting there watching. I was watching a lot of YouTube. And I got, FNAF music and I recommended. And I remembered, the FNAF music that was put in my YouTube recommended. I think it was We Don't Bite, like Five Nights at Freddy's 4 song, We Don't Bite. And I was like, yo, I used to listen to so much Five Nights at Freddy's music. It was a big chunk of my past, I really enjoy Five Nights at Freddy's to some extent. I used to be really in it when I was like 13, 14, man. 14, 15, going into, yeah. I remember, like, in my early years of YouTube, you'll know that I used to be a stupid into Five Nights at Freddy's, but as the years went along, my love for it started to like diminish over time and just kind of crept into the background. But I remembered all that, so I was benching FNAF music and remembering why FNAF music was so good. And I was like, this kind of gives me an idea. Like, since I usually do reviews on video games and not necessarily like any movies or well, I do sometimes TV show and some anime and some movies I've gotten on here, but it's like, I don't do them all the time, right? This my experience thing kind of turned into, like, mainly about video games. Even though, Nick and I were talking about last night, like, hey, you want to watch the entirety of the MCU, with me? Make them reviews on MCU? And I was like, I don't mind, I'll make some MCU reviews, I guess. Since a lot of you have been wanting more movies. Romeo Lopez. How you doing? Levi, again, what's up? Lucas, what's up? My bad for not saying nothing earlier. But anyways. I remember all that happening. Not the MCU shit is very new. That shit happened last night. But I started listening to FNAF music, and then I started drawing Five Nights at Freddy's, and I was like, you know what? Why don't I try to find the game? Why don't I try to find Five Nights at Freddy's 1? Let's go back. Let's invest some time into Five Nights at Freddy's. Fuck it. Let's invest. Yo, Max3998, welcome. Let's invest, right? So, for a long time, you're like the black version of Doofy from Scary Movie. Wow. I don't even know who that is. But anyways, as I was saying, right? So, I was going around the internet, you know how Android users go around on the internet. They look for APKs of Five Nights at Freddy's 1 on mobile devices and whatnot, because sometimes paying for shit is, sometimes paying for shit is a bit much, especially if you're broke, like, all the fucking time, and, you don't get shit all the time, right? So, I was trying to look for an APK for a long while, and I remember I was scrolling, and I was like, a lot of these Five Nights at Freddy's, like, versions of the game, are either past versions or are like modded for, you know, to the point of having everything already pre-unlocked and shit. You know what I mean? And I was like, you know what? I don't think I want to download like a modded version of Five Nights at Freddy's this time around, because I did it way back in the day, but now it's like, I don't know. I kind of want to support the original team behind, you know, the games who put them up on PlayStation. Linda MW12, welcome. Search up Doofy Scary Movie, you'll see. Okay, Brutal Impact, haha. I guess welcome, guys. But, so I decided to talk to Louis about this, because Louis is the one with, you know, PlayStation, you know, money in his PlayStation. So what ended up happening, can you say Sergeant? No. Because I'm not Doofy. But, what is it? I remember I asked my brother was like, what's up with you? What do you want? And I was like, I kind of want to get back into Five Nights at Freddy's. I'm not sure how bad, you know, I'm not sure how bad it will be for me, because usually, you know, I don't really do too good at Five Nights at Freddy's games. I understand why I never played them, and I was more interested in the lore and the story of Five Nights at Freddy's and the characters than actually playing the fucking games. Right? Lane Ninja 10, welcome. So, I asked him, I was like, hey, can we do something a little different? You know, I know you want to buy it from me on mobile, and we're having this conversation back and forth between mobile or PlayStation. And I said, you know what? Since it'll be different for both of us, and you always played on mobile all the goddamn time, I don't want you giving me money to this account to buy Five Nights at Freddy's, you know, on mobile devices. Even though it's only like $2 over there. It's like $2-3 over there on mobile. And on the PlayStation, it's like $6. But who gives a fuck? It's not even that much money, right? So, you want jazz on, what the fuck? I don't even know what the hell that means. Sup, unk? Dude, I'm not even that old. I'm like 23. 23 is not even unk status. That's like at least 30. Alright, maybe. At best. I don't know. But anyways, I digress. So we got it on the PlayStation. 23 is old. No, it's not. No, it is fucking not. That is young. You know, now, I would argue 30 onward is you're getting older, but, like, you're not, like, ridiculously old. If you guys think 23 is old, psh, you guys got a lot of many years to come, bro. Later on in your guys' life, you'll find out what being old is really like. Obviously, if you don't take care of your health and shit and whatnot, then you'll be, like, just a bag of bones, but anyways, I digress. Right? So, I got it on PlayStation, and I was like, you know what? I hate every time I power my computer back on. I need to keep force quitting Steam because it always opens. Oh, God, Jeremiah, that sounds like a nightmare. But I remember I got on PlayStation. I said, you know what? I think either tomorrow or something I will do a dedicated playthrough for Five Nights at Freddy's. Because, you know, you guys know me. I like doing full playthroughs. I like doing playthroughs and all that other sort of stuff. Alright. Yeah, I remember I got on the PlayStation. I said, you know what, let's play. I'm a little excited. I haven't played Five Nights at Freddy's in a long time, other than Five Nights at Freddy's 4 a year ago. To be completely honest with you, I completely forgot about my mom is not with me. Not with us anymore, so, don't talk about her. Anyways, I digress, right? So, I got on the PlayStation, I booted up a playthrough, and man, Five Nights at Freddy's 1, I thought was not going to be scary. It ended up being scary. Because keep this in mind, guys, Five Nights at Freddy's, I was investing in this with headphones, so meaning I was hearing all the sounds, all the noises within my ears. Let me tell y'all, man, like, the atmosphere does a really good job at scaring the player, and especially, sure, the jump scares are sort of scary, and sometimes they do genuinely get me because I'm not expecting that shit, right? But, like, it's all about the noises. It's all about the atmosphere that gets me. That lonely-ass feeling, like that theme, that... I'm about to give y'all, like, a straight-up, like, Five Nights at Freddy's, like, FNAF 1 ominous music. Right? Like, let me show y'all, like, the FNAF, like, main theme. 1 hour... you know, ambience or something. Bro, you hear this shit in your ears like 24/7. Hearing this, hearing noises going from the kitchen, hearing Freddy laughing, hearing Bonnie or someone at the doorway. Sometimes you hear Foxy coming down the footsteps. By the way, Foxy is fucking annoying. I hate Foxy when he runs down the footsteps because it comes at such inconvenient times. And Freddy, I think, is one of the more stupider animatronics in this game. And Bonnie and Chica there are just okay, right? If I had to judge all the animatronics. And obviously I didn't get jump scared by Golden Freddy, but I digress. But imagine hearing this every night you play with headphones on, bro. Again, keep this in mind. I have headphones. Bro, I remember seeing you like 2 months ago, bro. Hey, the SBS squad. Welcome. Yeah, I'm like in and out of people's feed. But anyways, right? Hearing that music while dealing with multiple animatronics that have multiple, different fucking, you know, different play styles and different ways you have to approach them or deal with them and whatnot. That shit was scary. And, you know, the more you play at night 2... night 3, night 4, night 5, you know, the more nights you go up, the more nights you pass, the harder and the crazier these animatronics' difficulty will ramp up. Through the roof. Which video game character do you hate? Freddy Fazbear, Princess Peach, or Boolossus? I don't... Look. Princess Peach, she a bitch in Mario Party, but 9 times out of 10, she's not bothering me. Boolossus, let me give you a straight, like, little chat about Boolossus. Boolossus is annoying because I can never find a fucking full strat to get them all in one suck. I always still fucking suffer. Unless you go to the opposite side of the ring and get him popped, and then all the boos try to chase you down to the other side, and you can just super shot that bitch and shoot the guys and maybe get a lot of them down in one suck. But anyways, I digress. Right? And Freddy Fazbear, he's fucking annoying because he's constantly on my dick in later nights. I apologize for all the swearing, but, and by the way, yeah, no, I didn't quit YouTube, bro. I'm on YouTube every day, brother, so, in other words, you only hate Princess Peach and Mario Party, but not in other world, not in other games. Yeah, no, I only hate Peach in Mario Party. Yoshi's a little different. I hate that motherfucker in Smash Bros, and I hate him in Mario Party, and I don't like playing his bitch ass in video games, so you should already know. But anyways, I digress. I played FNAF at school on an unblocked website. That's what's up. Do you play FNAF? Duh. I play FNAF. This is the video about the first game. But anyway, so I digress. So you're hearing all those sounds, and the nights get harder, and the animatronics get more and more annoying. I won't lie to you. I was giving in to the pressure very early on. I think it was night 2 or night 3 that I was like, you know, guys, I think night 3 is going to be my limit, because keep this in mind, whenever I play a FNAF game, it's either I never beat the games. You know, I never beat them. Five Nights at Freddy's 1. The furthest I've ever gotten without, you know, using cheats or some sort of thing was like night 4, which was the video you guys saw recently on my page. Five Nights at Freddy's 2, night 2. Five Nights at Freddy's 3, I actually managed to beat that one, but that one was because there was only one real animatronic in the game. Five Nights at Freddy's 4, I only got to night 2, I think, again. Five Nights at Freddy's sister location, I was so close to beating it. I think it was around night 5 or in that version of the game, and that was that. And then those are all the FNAF games I've played, right, up to sister location. And I don't really have that much confidence in myself going in thinking I'm going to beat the bitch. So when I made it to around night 3 and all the pressure was given in, Foxy was coming in all the time, Freddy was laughing at me, trying to go to Cam 7 all the fucking time. You got Chica running down these aisles and Bonnie running down the aisles, but Foxy's being mainly the main fucking bitch problem on the left side. It's like, Jesus, I cannot deal with this. I cannot deal with this game. And plus, one thing I found really bullshit about Five Nights at Freddy's 1, other than the atmosphere and the animatronics scaring the fuck out of me sometimes, is Freddy is able to come into your office when the proper door is still closed. When the proper door on his respective side that he comes through is closed. I remember it was night 4 in my Five Nights at Freddy's video. I had the right door closed, which is the way, the lane that he was on. And this fucker from the right side was still able to jump scare me, which I'm going to show you footage of that. And I remember, I think Louis also dealt with this the same night he played Five Nights at Freddy's. And I'm like, so Freddy, I don't know, people can correct me in the comments. I would appreciate that. Or I would love to have some more insight, because I still don't know why the fuck he decided to jump scare me, you know, around the time that he did. Hold on, let me show you. Do you know who I am? Scott Coffin, but a lot of people like to pose as people these days, you know, because they don't believe in who they are themselves. So it's like, you know, how am I supposed to just, I'm not just going to be some gullible guy who's just going to fall for that shit, right? So we die on night 4. Let me try to find it really quick. I think I did multiple attempts at night 4. Before I was like, you know what? 85. Because I think... Oh, yeah. Hold on, let me see. I gotta find it. Oh, yeah, Foxy came out at me. I gotta find it, dude. Like I said, I've been playing this game for longer than an hour. But you get my point, right? Freddy came out of nowhere. He really pissed me off. And I remember I was like, you know what? Because of you, Freddy, and because of all my attempts on night fucking, because of that, what he just did to me, right? Basically, let me just get to my point. Because of what he did to me, in terms of, you know, murking me, and basically, while the door was fucking closed, and I'm still pissed about this, while the door was closed, he still wants to come out and get me, right? No animatronic does that but him, and Golden Freddy, of course. Golden Freddy, he can go through, bypass through doors, I know that, and he fucks over your game, you gotta close it out or whatever. But it's bullshit that Freddy can just go through doors, right? When you least expect it, stay in that room, laugh, and jump scare you. Even though, again, I had the proper door closed. Does that mean Freddy can go to the door that is open? He can quickly change sides, come in your office, make you believe you're safe, and fucking jump scare you. And if that's the case, I feel like that's bullshit, because there is no indication, there is no way the player can prepare for something like that. And I remember I said, you know what? If Freddy's gonna cheese me, I'm gonna cheese this fucking game. I am tired of dying. I am tired of being feeling like this, afraid and tired of feeling like this. So I decided to cheese the entire fucking game. I said, you know what? Night 4, you're fucking cooked. You're done. I'm done with it, right? I decided to put on fast nights, unlimited power, shut both doors, and I said a big old fuck you. I said, you want to cheese me and come through a door that was fucking closed? Bet it up then, buddy, because I'm about to cheese you like you tried to cheese me. So what is it? I did the entirety of night 4 through that method, and then night 5, you know, I did a few times like normally, no cheats, power going down, you know, no unlimited power, no fast nights. And then after a while, I said, you know what? Fuck Five Nights at Freddy's 1, you know, I don't care about this shit anymore. So I decided to go ahead and Fast Night Night 5, Fast Night Night 6, Fast Night Custom Night. So I'm like, okay, I did all the nights for you guys, so guess what happens now? I can fuck off from Five Nights at Freddy's. This game isn't all that. I'm fucking done. I'm leaving the building and whatnot. And you know what? I can't even blame myself for feeling that way, because if FNAF players have to deal with getting somewhat cheesed in terms of deaths, instead of deaths being fair and being like, okay, yeah, you didn't look at this camera or whatever the fuck, I'm not dealing with that. I'm not dealing with cheese. You know what's funny? I said this to myself, I think during the gameplay, or maybe a little bit after. Why am I playing this shit again? I mean, not why, but more like, you did what you did. There's so many games you can make playthroughs on other than Five Nights at Freddy's. And then this game sort of reminded me of why I never play Five Nights at Freddy's games, right? Is because, obviously, you're at a standstill. The gameplay is always going to be like this. 24/7, all the time, 7 days a week, right? It's always going to be like that. It's always going to be about you trying to hear them out so you don't fucking get jump scared. And it's always going to be you looking at cameras. I don't know. To me, it's like the Five Nights at Freddy's gameplay loop doesn't really encourage me to keep going. It encourages me to fucking get the fuck away from it. I mean, look what happened with Five Nights at Freddy's 4, you know? I played that game one time and said, you know what, after night 2, I ain't touching this shit again. Five Nights at Freddy's 2, I am not touching this shit again. Look what happened, you know, my chair went fucking flying multiple times. I'm fucking having one of the biggest, quote-unquote, new-gen term, or new-gen slang, crash-outs of the fucking century over there with FNAF 2. I fucking hate FNAF 2, especially because of Mangle and Foxy. I'm remembering all this shit like it was yesterday. And to be real, like, again, this is all just from FNAF 1. All the emotions that I got from these animatronics, even just these versions of the animatronics, I hated Foxy with a fucking passion with him running around. Freddy, I just hated because he was always weird and doesn't follow the rules that Bonnie and Chica do. And it's like, what the fuck? Why am I having to deal with this shit? I'd rather go deal with Super Mario fucking Brothers or something. You know what I mean? I'd rather go deal with that. I'd rather deal with that than this fucking FNAF bullshit. It's such a shitty game. It's stupid. I don't fucking care for it. It's lame. Fuck. It gets me. It doesn't like be like, oh, I'm having a good time. Like, it's like I never have a good time with a Five Nights at Freddy's game. Like, half the damn time. You know what I mean? Unless it was like FNAF 3. That was like probably the only one I had a good time with. But I bet you now I couldn't beat it now. But anyways, that's not my point. The point is FNAF is for FNAF fans, okay? It's not really necessarily for someone like me that has kind of moved on from the FNAF games and hasn't really played like any of the OG ones since like last week with FNAF 1, and obviously I'm making this review a little late, but it's like, I don't know. I don't know what my history, I don't know what my future with this series could be. You know, maybe 2 months from now I play like Sister Location again or the other games again just to give them a try, but for right now anyway, all I can say is I don't really enjoy the FNAF games still. Still to this day, I don't really like fully enjoy them. I understand why people enjoy them because they enjoy getting scared. I fucking don't. You know, when I get scared, I get pissed. Alright? Because, you know, being scared is like, oh, fuck you. You know, that type of response. Yeah, I'm one of those guys that is like, hey, you know, don't fucking scare me. I will fucking, you know, go out swinging. Fuck you. Don't do that. But you get my point. This review is over. That's my re-experience with Five Nights at Freddy's, and that's why I say it's kind of horrible. You know, for me, it's horrible because, like, you know, loud noises. I'm a little antsy when it comes to loud, ominous noises and shit, and then these animatronics come in and jump scare me, and I have to figure out 4 to 5, 6 different patterns for these guys. It's a little fucking ridiculous. I don't approve of that shit. You know, just like FNAF 2, it's even worse over there. But you get it. I'm not going to repeat the same point again. Like, comment, subscribe, favorite, share the video with your friends. And also, God bless you all, by the way. But thank you guys so much for 3,878 subscribers. You guys have been subscribing like fucking madmen all over again. Thank you guys so much for supporting my channel. Thank you for supporting the content. I really appreciate it. You guys literally allow me to wake up in the morning, get up, and be like, let's go do a video every day because you guys just keep on subscribing, keep on fucking, you guys keep on subscribing, you guys keep on watching, keep coming back, keep on, you know, keep on giving your boy some love, and I appreciate that. I need that shit, especially because this neighborhood's lonely as fuck, and you guys are like the fun part of my day 9 times out of 10, you know? So, really, thank you for being here, man. Appreciate it. Sheriff. Well, Security Breach and Ruin is less on jump scares and more on, like, Outlast-type gameplay, going around finding shit. Yeah, I know what it's about, and even then, I suck at those, too. But, who knows? Maybe I'll play it one day. I'm not 100% sure. But, I don't know. Louis doesn't really care much for him, so That's why I haven't really got into them yet. But anyways, I digress. God bless you all. See you guys in a little bit. Because I'm feeling like some Donkey Kong Country. God damn it. Here I am again doing some Donkey Kong Country shit. But, you know, hey, I'm really feeling Donkey Kong right now. And I want to play like DK Land 2 or like, you know, something else. I don't fucking know.